What's up, guys? It's Phil from Crossfire Collectibles, and I'm joined by
Mel from Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
Alright guys, so welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to check out the Transformers G.I. Joe
Collaborative Bumblebee and Lonzo, Stalker, Wilkinson, Bumblebee All Striker. We want to be clear.
All Striker A.W.E. I say all, but
Yeah.
it's up to y'all. So I'm hearing some people say that this is still up for pre-order. They haven't gotten them. I got a email from Hasbro that it was shipping, and I was like, wow, that was fast. So I might be one of the few that did get it. I don't know who has it. We didn't really check any reviews. I just saw a bunch of people saying, oh, look, this was announced. But yeah, like you saw in the Hiss Megatron, same box, it's the same size. G.I. Joe on this side, Transformers on this side. You got the back, and the bottom, you know, with the crossover X, and the top. So it's going to be the same slide away box. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pop him open. He's got this sticker like you saw in the last one. So I'm going to gently try to take this off without destroying the box, because I do like the art.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, so tape is done. Let me try to grab a side so we can pull this off.
Yep.
I got to get that undone again and went back to it.
Same kind of box situation as last time.
Top secret. Hasbro crossover 2022. And we got right here. So do this, flip it up to expose it. Oh! Cool. Let's see from there. Stalker and his card. Bumblebee. Cool. Just spin it around. More fun.
Tiny instructions again.
Who's in that one? Damn, why did I do that? I don't want to fuck the card up. Bent it. It'd be alright.
Yeah, it's like already kind of anyway.
Yeah. Here's a card of Stalker. He's got, it looks like he's, I didn't do this, but this is kind of,
Yeah, it's like pinched.
scuffed up there. Like he was already hanging on a peg. At the back. We'll bring him back out if you want to check him out. In the box, junk instructions over there. And Bumblebee. Got the cannon up top.
Interestingly enough, it looks like Stalker always kind of had an older look.
Alright, so next we'll go ahead and start popping this out. You know what? I want to go ahead and take all these things off. Do you want to show off the carded retro Walmart version compared to that?
Absolutely. So we got a carded retro Walmart version, as was just mentioned by Phil here, and here's the card backs. Of course, I think he always had the red back in the day. Or was it yellow back in the day? That's interesting. So we got the different card back colors. We got the orange here and the red here. This one is absolutely more true to the a Real American Hero version, whereas this is just sort of a new kind of thing. But the figures, though, you know, it's the original and the retro card version that both Phil and I lament them stopping. You know, they sort of decided they weren't going to do it anymore, to go back to O-ring figures. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate O-ring figures. I just feel like, you know, that was my whole childhood. I already did that, right? Like, you know, and if I wanted to do that, I could do it with the original O-ring figures. That's just the way I look at it. This Stalker was a brand new, all new tool. So like the last couple of figures we got, which was like Stalker, Grunt, the Cobra Officer, and the Cobra Trooper, they were all new tools. They were completely new figures that didn't use any parts other than perhaps the weapons. Of course, Stalker came with this weird grease gun and not the M32 pulverizer that the Bumblebee version actually comes with. So, oh, well, he does come with the M232 pulverizer. It's just down here, but they gave him this extra stuff. It's bizarre. Grease gun. But the figure was very nice. I don't know why, you know, we found dozens of them sitting in Walmarts at like $2 a piece or whatever. Like nobody would buy it. Stalker. I don't know. Stalker's one of the coolest Joes. But yeah, that's the differences between the cards of those figures. And we're not going to open the retro card one that comes with Bumblebee because, well, you know, we're not going to open that. So just like before, we're going to use a newer version, a Stalker, same one in the packaging I just showed you, to go along with good old Bumblebee.
I kind of like the scale with him though. So as I was opening him, I noticed a couple things. The seats are his feet. He's got the steering wheel right here.
Yeah,
and then
and the camera thing.
Yeah, that's over here. Headlights on his knees. Kind of clever.
Yeah.
And his back doesn't look as nasty as Megatron. He actually feels heavier too.
Right.
Looking at the parts, his thighs are super thin. We're gonna check him out. I like the Autobot emblem right on his chest though.
Yeah. So like, you know, in our previous video we mentioned about, you know, the engineering challenge that you would have. I think I even made a comment like, you know, he was designed to be in robot mode or whatever about the Megatron, but after thinking about it, I really think that they were designed to be in vehicle mode. And the reason why is because this isn't a Bumblebee that turns into an All-Striker. This is an All-Striker that turns into a Bumblebee. You know, they didn't say, how do we turn Bumblebee into an All-Striker? They said, well, how do we take this All-Striker we have and turn it into a Bumblebee or whoever? It could have been anybody. It could have been Hound. It could have been whoever. You know, Megatron, how do we get a Megatron out of this HISS tank is what they did, right? So I have a better feeling about the engineering. And of course, with an All-Striker being a little bit more simple, a little bit more open, there's not as many Bumblebee parts that need to be sort of created to change from an All-Striker to a Bumblebee. So I expect this to be like an almost one-to-one All-Striker once he's transformed.
I don't see no tubes either.
Okay, no hose. You don't get any hoses, but you do get the antennas. But of course, now does it have the stuff for the hoses? And I don't even see the receptacle for the hoses.
I don't know. Just looking at his back, it looks like they're trying to use these as like his little wing pieces. I'm assuming that's going to try to go in here somewhere. Yep, right there. And he uses that as, I guess, just a blaster.
Which is pretty cool, because the recoilless rifle, you know, it shoots like an explosive shell, so it's not a, you know, it's not a machine gun.
We have Bumblebee, I guess, in his normal bot form, you know, kind of geared up to where he has these pieces coming up, kind of like how Bumblebee's little fucking flaps. Yeah. So Stalker would just stand on his back. Of course, he's bigger than an O-ring figure, and the peg will not fit in that foot because it's meant for the O-rings. As you can see, he's going to be standing a bit higher. I don't mind if I bend him.
Nope.
Put him on. Damn. to maybe put Stalker on his knees to make him look like he's gonna do a little better. Because he would just stand up entirely too high.
Right. And then there's the receptacle for the 5mm port right here for the recoilless rifles. Let's do that. It's on the back of the box. Man, it's really tough to get in there. You basically install it right here, and then Stalker's supposed to be able to man it, so to speak.
I'm sure he'll be able to stand on these. He wants to definitely, you know, stay sturdy, but he can stand on. Yeah,
There you go.
that looks a little better.
Let's see if we can. Yeah. She's supposed to be able to man the gun, you know. Yeah, that's that's your little playset. It's kind of cool. I like it. I know we sort of railed against the Megatron set.
Yeah, a bit. This one looks a bit better to me.
Yeah. I wouldn't say this is perfect, but I like it better. You know, there's less of that hollow kind of feeling.
And his weight.
Well, Megatron had weight too.
Yeah, but he's hollow. He doesn't feel as hollow. Maybe because you don't see it all. I mean, it's still got some parts on you can tell are definitely hollow, but you can't see it all from the back.
Yeah.
So
the All Striker has a lot less real estate to worry about. You know, Megatron, he's got to be this tall. Probably would have been good to do comparison, but then that means we'd have to transform Megatron again, wouldn't it? Right?
But let's go ahead and figure out this complexity with this. So let's bust out these instructions. We'll go ahead and put him into vehicle mode, or All Striker mode.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
So yes, it can hold a modern Joe. S is in the seat. It's not on the seat, but it's in it. So, complexity. I wanted to go with it and wing it to see what I could try to do because it looked fairly. I mean, there's not much to it. You can look on here and see, you know, that's obviously this and that.
Right.
So on and so forth.
I mean, if you do it a couple of times, it's, you know, or even if you saw it done first, it would be easy. It's not that bad. Yeah. So a couple other things that I noticed, like for example, you know, yes, it's an All Striker and there's molded pieces because I remember, you know, you could get into the engine in here and it would, you know, they had a little
the whole piece would come off and you had it all exposed. Had to get your stickers, you know, warning, hot, gas,
and obviously, you know, no wire, no
like cords,
cables or whatever to go from different things, but it's good enough. It's close enough for.
Oh look, I just noticed that too.
Yeah.
The flags are backwards, where like they're supposed to be. Well, opposite, not backwards, opposite.
Right.
Checking out some of the stickers. Oh, they got it on the back. Beep beep. And
just by similar, not like Megatron's like whole chest or whatever. I guess it's Bumblebee's chest, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? So yeah, that's it. You know, of course, you got the peg here for modification, so you can stand on his back when he's pew pew. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
So overall, I like it better than the Megatron hiss. It seems like it's far more easier to transform. I think Bumblebee looks better in bot mode than Megatron does, just due to the back of Megatron. I just can't deal with the back. I can tolerate seeing that if I had to, but that one is just like, nah, I can't. So a lot better. I think I only gave Megatron a 6. So I'll probably go, even though it's not perfect, it goes together properly. It fits together and everything. It sits a little goofy. I'll go with like an 8. maybe 7.5, 8.
Well, I don't do halves, so I'm gonna
7
say
or 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it works better. It just works overall better than the Megatron, his tank, and you know, the engineering and the design is ambitious for what they're trying to do. You know, by necessity, Megatron has to have gaps, but Bumblebee doesn't. And it just feels like it just overall kind of just holds together better. So, you know, I think it's an 8.
And everything can be normal when he's in bottom room too. Get a shot of the bottom. It's not too bad, but you're not looking at the bottom. I know you're not looking at the backs of them either, but his back, it was more full, filled out more. Megatron seemed like everything was in the front, so it made it more front heavy and top heavy. So you lean him back too far, he's gonna fall backwards. Lean forward too far, he's gonna
I mean,
crunched over like this.
This one definitely just sort of works better. The way the seats turn into his feet, it's more stable. It's an overall better package. So yeah.
I have to put a picture of that Raptor Clever Girl or whoever did the engineering on making that. Probably was a pain in the ass.
Who how much was this as opposed to Megatron? It was like $70.
74.
Yeah.
74.99, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So I can't give it. I can't give it an 8 on the price. Yo.
Except the only good thing out of it was the free shipping.
I'm gonna give it a 6 on the price, but yeah.
Yeah, it's still that's too much, man. That should have maybe been $30, $40, $35, $40.
But not being an engineer and understanding how hard it is to turn this into a G.I. Joe vehicle, from a G.I. Joe vehicle into an Autobot or a Cobra vehicle into a Decepticon. You know, you can argue with the results, but the engineering and the attempt it's hard to argue the work that went into this. So
yeah, but kudos to the guys who were doing it, and keep it up. Let us know what you're doing next, because we'll definitely get it, review it.
Yeah, you gotta do Prime, right?
Yeah, you know he's coming.
Probably need to do Starscream with some kind of plane.
There'll be a bunch of sound wave. What would they do for him?
Go to his tank. I don't know.
It's enough his tanks. Soundwave should have just been at his tank. Megatron should have been something else.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's
the missile command center or something.
I mean, you know, we all know about the Rolling Thunder Optimus Prime, but that would just be way over the top.
That would be like Metroplex.
Yeah, way over the top. So, you know, I await what they're, you know, what they plan to do.
A Defiant Skylinks.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be awesome, though. I mean, how would you even do that? God.
The Defiant, or just the space shuttle part, which they released as what, the Crusader or whatever by itself.
Yeah,
I mean, that was still like a $50 toy without, you know. So I don't know.
A couple hundred.
Yeah.
HasLab. But yeah, definitely if you're interested and you are a collector of G.I. Joe, Transformers, and especially the collaborations, the crossovers, I'd recommend this one over Megatron. Big time. But yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for tuning in. Again, here's your Bumblebee All-Striker with Lonzo, Stalker, Wilkinson. And big thanks again to Mel for jumping on and doing this for us. So, if you guys did enjoy what you saw, please leave a giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Follow us on Instagram at Crossfire X Collectibles and Everything.gijoe, and on Facebook at HP Crossfire Collectibles, and follow Mel on YouTube at
Way I Got It Figured.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.